Ren would watch over Shirou and Chavez as they slept. It was all that she could do at the moment. As much as she wanted to break down, to focus on her own anxieties, now was not the time. She tended to their wounds, allowed them to rest, even fed them, soup of course. And she just sat. She waited with all of her anxiety. Everything had failed. Archer, the betrayal, the attack by Dormammu. They were utterly defeated, in over their heads. For Ren, she had never been this defeated. All of her plans, all of her strategy. In the end, it meant nothing. Eventually, the others would wake up. Silence was their new friend. No one said a word, because what was there left to say? Shielder was gone. Saber, taken. Archer, betrayed. They had nothing. A useless command seal for Ren. As for the others, gone. The gateway to the other home was destroyed. They were now trapped in the United States of America, the Sanctum Sanctorum, a temporary refuge, the Holy Grail War happening on the other side of the world. In their despair, they would be made alert when the door would open, everyone rushing downstairs. Had they been found? Had Dormammu chased them all this way? Was this going to be their last pathetic stand? No. Instead, who approached through the door was someone familiar, an old friend, Wong. The older man walked over to both Shirou and Chavez, the two children walking to the man that had been like a master to them, a friend. You both have grown since I've last seen you. Master Wong. Chavez broke down in his arms. The stoic girl, the one who seemed to never cry, the one who was powerful and the one who braved the world, now felt like a little grandchild in the arms of her grandpa. Shirou found himself embraced as well. The children let out their emotions as Wong would comfort them. Ren would greet herself to the old master as well, and even she was given a hug. But all children are cared for, young one. Even you. Thank you. They would fill in Wong about everything that had happened. From Chavez creating a contract with the United States, their fights in Japan, everything that had transpired. Wong listened, occasionally nodding, taking note of it all. I see. So that's what it's come to. Master Wong, where have you been? Shirou would ask. After Strange was lost in his fight with Dormammu, I visited the wreckage of Kamar-Taj to help rebuild what remained. Since then, I have had associates keeping tabs on what's been happening in Japan. Even watching over you, over us. Wong revealed that he had been keeping well informed. Of course, the kids wouldn't have known. He didn't want to interfere initially. After all, they were participants in the Holy Grail War. There were some traditions and rules that had to be respected. But now things had changed. As I'm sure you are aware, the Holy Grail War has raged on in your absence. But now things have taken a much more disturbing turn. How disturbing? Ren would ask. After you left, Dormammu continued his assault. The one known as Doyle has disappeared from our radar. There was a girl, one known as Emiya. Ilyasville von Eisenburn? Ren would say. What about her? The Eisenburn family estate is no more. The one known as Berserker defeated. Defeated? Shirou and the others would jump up immediately. But who? Who did it? Dormammu. He attacked the Eisenburn estate. Killed Berserker. Killed the girl. So now, what remains? The Gathered Alliance at Ryudo Temple. They are the last stronghold. Dormammu heads there now. Then, what do we do? Once he takes them out? Yes. If he chooses to enact the 8th clause, he will officially become a participant in the Grail War. With his strength, with the Eye of Agamotto by his side, he will more than likely claim victory and the Holy Grail. How do we stop him? How do we save Strange? I have thought of this. Strange is my friend. But he knew his duty to the world as the Sorcerer Supreme. Therefore, to do what must be done, I have been gathering allies all across the mage societies. We are going to launch a full-scale offensive. A full-scale offensive? Are you talking about starting a war? Wong would nod his head. But you can't just interfere with the Holy Grail War like that. Ren stood up incredulous. Do you know what will happen if you do that? You'll be excommunicated from the Mage Society. You'll be branded as heretics. The church won't... I understand. We all do. But this has grown bigger than anything we could have anticipated. We have no choice. Dormammu cannot be allowed to gain the Grail. I have around 200 mages prepared to fight by my side. We will launch our assault, and we will stop Dormammu by any means necessary. At this point, you are our only hope. He looked over to Rin. Me? Why me? Because, little girl, you're the only one right now in position to win the Grail. Everyone looked up to see a familiar face. Lancer? Lancer would jump down greeting them. Hey, how's it going? Lancer, why are you... I'm on their side. I guess there's a lot that you need to know. No point in hiding it now. Lancer would reveal the truth. The truth about himself and about his master. Of course, to no one's surprise, Kirei, the shady pastor at the church, and the overseer of the Holy Grail War, was also a participant. I should have known. That bastard. Yeah, he was trying to get his hands on the Grail, just like the rest of them. He was hoping to play all of you in the process. However, Dormammu came along and quickly changed that. Quite personally, I never really much cared for the guy. Burnt through all of his command seals just to try to stop him. But once I was free to go, I took my chance and I left. Some of Wong's associates were able to get me out of there. The church was destroyed in the process. Right now, Dormammu's gathering all of his strength to go up against Castor and her forces at Ryudo Temple. That's going to be where the big clash goes down. Whoever comes out on top is more than likely going to be in full view of the Grail. But that is where we will need you, Miss Tosaka. You still have a command seal. Yeah, just one. So form a contract with me. I become your servant, you get back in. You'll have a standing when it comes to the Grail. So that's why you're going to be leading the offensive. And that's why you need me. Yes. Having you will justify our participation. We will be acting technically under your command. My command? If Wong and the others just go acting on their own, that'll be a big no-no in the community. However, if they're all associated with you, a participant in the Holy Grail War, well, then they're given legitimacy. You'll be having a full force to act under your command, and you'll have a servant by your side. So that's what we're going to do. Our chances of fighting in the Holy Grail War, they're not over. On the contrary, I believe that this is the only choice. But wait a second. Shirou would now stand up and protest. If you're launching a full-scale war in Japan, in Fuyuku City, what about all the people? They're going to get caught in the crossfire in all of this. Of course, that was something that couldn't just be so easily ignored. The fact is, if they were planning an operation of this magnitude, then in all likelihood, it meant that people would get caught in the crossfire. Civilians, lives would be lost. It would be like the Great Fire all over again. Shirou. Chavez looked over to him. He's not necessarily wrong. I mean, I know that it's something we may have to do. And believe me, I want to beat that bastard just as much as the rest of you. But we could end up doing a lot more damage. Wong would nod. A possibility indeed. We will try to evacuate the city to get as many people out of there as possible. If we are able to convince them that it is due to a natural disaster, then they'll flee the city. Exactly. The plan is to clear out the city, at least as best as we can. There are over 200 mages that will be working in conjunction with one another. Illusion magecraft is going to be key, Lancer would explain. We're going to create the illusion that a great natural disaster is going to strike the city. Think like an earthquake or a flood or a tsunami, typhoon, take your pick. The citizens will have no choice but to evacuate. Once everyone's out of the clear and the city's completely barren and empty, we'll form a barrier around it, try to keep everything contained. At that point, we'll be able to launch our offensive and fight completely undisturbed. An all-out offensive affront. A full war. It is necessary. Dormammu has grown too powerful. He uses the body of one of the strongest sorcerers in the world, with even more power at his disposal. Enacting the 8th clause, that is what will limit him. Of course, Ren would say, in order to use the 8th clause, it requires a sacrifice. Once he does that, even if he does summon a powerful version of himself, a true monster, he'll be weakened. And in a weakened body, he can be expelled. Exactly. The 8th clause works as a double-edged sword. It may grant him a powerful servant of the self, but he will be weakened in the process. Easier to remove him from Stranger's body. Once that is done, we will banish him back from whence he came, to the dark dimension. So that means we can still save him. Correct. Hope is not lost. We cannot give in to despair now. There is still too much at stake. I want to come with you. Yeah, me too. It's not just Strange that I want to save. I want to save Saber. And for Shielder. He fought to protect us. He helped us out. I owe everything to him, Chavez would say. I never would have gotten this far. I won't let his death be in vain. I will avenge him. And Dormammu's going to feel every inch of it. You children, you are brave warriors, much to be respected. But think carefully before you do this. The last time a war was fought against Dormammu, many did not make it home. Wong had a mind of not allowing them to come along, but he knew that would be futile. The children had already been through so much. There was no way of persuading them to sit this one out now. At the same time, he wanted them to be smart about this, to not just jump headlong into danger, to actually weigh the cost, the risk. Everything was on the line here. But Shirou and the others had already made up their minds. They had lost so much. They were going to see this through till the very end. Then prepare yourself. We leave in 2 days' time. Everyone would nod, knowing that the fight hadn't been lost. At least, not yet, of course. The final battle in the Fifth Holy Grail War loomed on the horizon. Castor's forces gathering together at Ryudo Temple. Dormammu making his next siege. The forces of the rebellion in the Mage Society. Wong, spearheaded by the efforts of Rin and Lancer, who had now formed their new pact. Shirou as well, in his determination. Don't worry, Saber. We'll save you. And Master, just hang on a little while longer. Meanwhile, in the mind of Dormammu, your spirit still lingers. Strange. Are you proud of yourself, killing a child? I find it to be a shame that I did not kill more. You're a sick, vile thing, Dormammu. You know you won't win. Do you think your words sway me in any way? I am the one who is in control of your body. Through your hands, I will bring the age of darkness. You're nothing but a coward and a sneak. Do you think you can trust Gilgamesh? He will betray you. I'm counting on it. Gilgamesh will die just the same. Your obsession to claim Earth, it skewers and blinds you from the truth. Your own son, he is right where he belongs. Another tool used for my cause. I have already gained the victory, Strange. There is no one who can stop me now. The children, they are gone. Your precious students, and you destroyed them. Strange would grit his teeth. You think you've got it all figured out, don't you? But really, you don't have a clue. You will fall soon enough. I'll get my body back. And once I'm free, we're going to finish this once and for all. Amusing ideas. But in the end, it will all be for naught. I have won, Strange. The age of darkness will now begin. The darkness cannot escape from the light. Where there is dark, the light will find it. They cannot escape one another. Do you know what I'll do once I gain the Grail? I will use its immense power to bring the dark dimension to this world. The earth, everything will be claimed by me. The Holy Grail will never need to be fought for again. I will claim this body permanently, and I will banish your soul to the nether, to fade away into the darkness. This world will end, and I will use your hands to cause its destruction. So sit back and cherish the destruction of the world you couldn't save. I swear to you, Dormammu, I swear, you will not win. Then continue to swear in the darkness. Your empty promise is vain. Dormammu set his sights on his next target, Ryudo Temple. Caster could feel the dark force heading in her direction. He's on his way. Yes, Archer would say. I can sense him. Saber found herself suspended, still trying to resist the power of Caster. If you have any sense, you would be wise to pledge your sword to me. I am your only hope, unless you wish to die here. Saber would look up to see Archer standing in front of her. We will need your strength. Why do you continue to be stubborn? You think that I'll ever work with you after what you did? I only did what was necessary. Necessary? You betrayed us. We trusted you. You're right. And I did not take your trust lightly. There was a time when I thought that fighting with you as an ally was a wise decision. But I see that it would not have granted me the victory that I desired most. Believe it or not, I still believe that this world is worth saving. And I will save it from all who will bring it to ruin. Both demons and heroes. Heroes. I will make sure that that hero is never born in this world again. The bane of my existence. But for what it's worth, I will carry out his ideals. I will go against my oath, and I will live up to my name one more time. Your name? What could you mean by that? Archer turned to her, but this time he looked different. He looked familiar. He looked like... I will live up to my name as a hero of justice. This concludes Fate Stay Night, The Sorcerer's Son, where Shirou Emiya was trained by Dr. Strange, Part 16. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that is to come out now and in the future. Also, I would like to announce that this week we are going to be bringing this series to a close, with the final part coming out depending on how the scheduling decides for us to finish on either Friday or Saturday of this week. So, please stay tuned for everything that is to come now and in the future. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.